My name is Christy Anderson, and I did my Educational Giants project on Noah Webster. Noah Webster Jr. was born on October 16, 1758, in West Hartford, Connecticut, to Noah Webster Sr. and Mercy Steele Webster. His family was well established in the colonies, having moved there many generations before Noah was born. He had numerous ancestors that had been governors, justices of the peace, and held many other high titles. Despite many high-ranking family members, Noah's parents worked normal jobs. His father was a farmer and a weaver, while his mother worked at home. Noah's parents did all they could to allow him to receive a good education. He studied Latin and Greek at the age of 14 with a church pastor. They then sent him to Yale at the age of 16, where he graduated 4 years later. During his time at Yale, the Revolutionary War began. Noah took a little time off to join a militia, but never saw active duty. His school was also broken up for a time when they feared a British invasion near the school. After graduating, he wanted to continue his education by studying law. His parents had no money to offer him for schooling, so he became a teacher for a time. He later married Rebecca Greenleaf in 1789 and had 8 children during their 54-year marriage. Noah saw many problems with the American education system, including children of different ages being packed into small schoolhouses, often in the same room. They did not have books that he thought were sufficient to help them learn. Many of the books came from England and professed allegiance to England and the crown. For these reasons and more, he decided to write a textbook. He wrote the textbook, A Grammatical Institution of the English Language, in 1783. This was the first book in a volume of 3. This book reached more people than any other spelling book at the time. During that same time, Noah Webster began his work to pass copyright laws in the United States. In the 2 years following, he also published parts 2 and 3 of his grammar book. Noah also served on the House of Representatives and as a county judge between 1800 and 1807. During that time, in 1801, Noah Webster began working on defining words in the English language according to their use in the United States. His goal was to unify the way Americans spoke across the country. In 1806, he published a compendious dictionary of the English language, which contained 37,000 words. Once this work was done, he started to work on his greatest project yet. To complete this project, he learned 26 different languages. He did this to write a dictionary containing 70,000 words. In 1828, an American dictionary of the English language was published. This dictionary had 12,000 words within it that had never before been defined and published in a dictionary. George and Charles Merriam opened a printing and bookselling store in Massachusetts. They bought the unsold copies of the 1841 edition of the dictionary and eventually the rights to write and print more editions from Noah's family after his death in 1843. Their company was renamed Merriam-Webster, Inc. in 1982. In the years following, and still today, new versions containing even more words continue to be published. Noah Webster did many great things. First, he attempted to unify the way Americans spoke. Second, he wrote numerous textbooks that helped educate the youth of his own time, along with translating his own English version of the Bible. Third, he worked to make the English language more phonetic. He did this by changing words like color to color and music to music. See the PowerPoint for spelling. Webster is also credited with adding American vocabulary to his dictionary, including words like skunk or chowder. He also attempted to change the spelling of many other words to come closer to their phonetics. Today, Noah Webster has had a tremendous impact on education. His name is now synonymous for dictionary, and almost every U.S. student will run across a Merriam-Webster dictionary at some point in their education. He also paved the way for education today by unifying the American English language. Without Noah Webster, the U.S. could still have different dialects spoken all across the country. His willingness to innovate, his dedication to education, and his political activity throughout his life has earned him a place among American and educational heroes. Whether or not we notice it, Noah Webster has had an impact in all of our lives. For me personally, I am very grateful for the time he spent reforming education. He has made the U.S. education system what it is today and has made it easier on teachers and students. I hope to be a teacher someday, and I am grateful that I will now have a small classroom full of students with inadequate books. We are all better off with our current education system. Thanks to the sacrifices and innovation of Noah Webster, we can all learn better, more efficiently, and we now have a more unified education system. Thank you.